We on?
Yep. We are.
So does the curious conversation mean to you?
I don't know, I guess I had an idea based on lots of other ideas that all kind of revolve around the fact that no one talks about things that are weird or uncomfortable or things that could have different perspectives. No one people just avoid them. Or they think they know what they're talking about and they don't know. And I want to talk about those things in more of a way that's not... It is what it is.
It is what it is, huh?
In a way that's not. I don't want to talk about it in that way. Because some people have shown me, it's not always what it seems it is, because it isn't. Question everything.
Yeah, I think curious conversations is basically, it takes a long time to form a complicated thought or idea. In society, especially with social media, we have this compulsion to insult people as soon as they say something silly. But maybe they had a good thought behind what they were saying, but they just said it poorly. I think social media is not the right forum for that kind of thing, and so hopefully what we're going to do is we're just going to find those things that it's kind of just been, society has shaped the way we think about them. And we want to say, hey, look, maybe there's a different way. Do you want to explain what our first podcast is going to be about?
Yeah, our first podcast is going to be about, I don't really know how to explain it, Russia, in a way. And by in a way, I mean entirely about Russia, with some peppered in outside perspective about an outside perspective.
So what happened?
So there was a bill that was passed in the lower level of parliament about domestic violence. Not even abuse, because they don't even recognize that as a thing in Russia. And I'm not hating on Russia, that's just a fact of social order. It's just not something that they acknowledge as a thing. So anyways, they passed this bill in the lower level of parliament, 308-3, that decriminalizes domestic violence. But that's the only title that's being thrown out there in the news. That's not the entire story, and that's a problem.
So in other words, because of the way our society lives, we automatically think that that's ludicrous, that there's And what you're saying is that the people in Russia, they're kind of okay with it.
Yeah. People in Russia, I mean, if a vote goes 308-3, there's something there that needs to be addressed.
Why not?
I mean, that's what we're getting into.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm a human. I'm a part of the curious conversation. Put me in whatever box you want, you know? I have a day job that I want to quit. I have questions about existence that nobody wants to talk about. I don't accept what everyone tells me. So, help me quit my day job. Be a part of the curious conversation. Thanks.
I'm Taylor, and I'm a part of the Curious Conversation, and I just want to be able to talk about just everything. There are so many things to talk about, so many different ways to talk about them, yet we stick to one specific way, and I think that that's ridiculous, and I think that it's time to expand that mindset and get out of it and never come back to it. I think that everything needs to be talked about in different ways. You shouldn't have one way of talking about something. You should talk about it from multiple perspectives, because if you don't do that, then do you really understand it? I think no. And I think it's time for everyone to get more curious and don't take things for what they are. I don't like to take things for what they are. I try not to. Of course, everyone has their pitfalls, but trying is the key word here, and we're going to try and talk about some things that are uncomfortable and see where they get us. And I don't want to have a life that is depicted by a job. I don't want a job. I want to talk about things, and I want other people to talk about them with me. And that's what we're doing here. That's what it's all about. So we hope that you join us along for the ride. It's going to be a crazy one.